Hello my dear students, welcome back to my channel Chemistry with ASR. I'm creating a new playlist. In this, we're going to start one of the most important chapters of grade 11, chemistry, that is some basic concepts of chemistry. This is not just another chapter, this is the foundation for your entire chemistry journey. Whether you're preparing for your board exams or for any other competitive exams, this chapter is extremely important because every advanced topic in chemistry is connected to these basic concepts. In this complete playlist, I'm going to cover the entire syllabus step by step in simple, clear, and exam oriented manner. We will learn topics like importance and scope of chemistry, nature of matter, properties of matter and measurements, uncertainty in measurement, laws of chemical combinations, Dalton's atomic theory, atomic and molecular masses, mole concept and molar masses, percentage composition, stoichiometry and stoichiometric calculations. So, if you want to build a strong base in chemistry from the beginning, this playlist will help you from basics to advanced level. So make sure you watch every part in sequence because each topic is connected to the next one. If you are new to this channel, subscribe to Chemistry with ASR and let's begin this exciting journey of learning chemistry together. So without wasting much time, let us start our first lesson, some basic concepts of chemistry. So in this session, we are going to learn about the general introduction, importance and scope of chemistry. So general introduction covers the development of chemistry and how this subject evolved from ancient practices into modern scientific knowledge. In this session, we are going to understand the development of chemistry and how this subject evolved from ancient practices into modern scientific knowledge. We begin with a beautiful quote by Roald Hoffmann. He was one of the Nobel laureate in chemistry. He said that chemistry is the science of molecules and their transformations. This means chemistry is not only about elements but also about the countless molecules formed from them and the changes they undergo. Science is a continuous human effort to understand nature and organize knowledge. In our daily life, we observe many chemical changes around us. Say, for example, milk changes into curd, sugarcane juice slowly changes into vinegar, and iron rusts when exposed to air and moisture. These everyday phenomena help us understand the importance of chemistry in nature and in human life. Now, what is chemistry? Chemistry is the branch of science that studies the preparation, structure, properties, and reactions of substances. Along with physics, biology, and geology, it helps us understand the material world around us. Now, let us see how chemistry developed over time. In ancient days, chemistry was not studied as a separate scientific subject. It mainly developed from the search for two mysterious things. One was the philosopher's stone, which people believed could convert ordinary metals like iron and copper into gold. The other was the elixir of life, which was believed to give immortality. These ideas led to the growth of alchemy. During the period from 1300 to 1600 CE, chemistry developed mainly in the form of alchemy and iatrochemistry. Later, modern chemistry began to take shape in Europe during the 18th century. However, long before modern chemistry appeared in Europe, India and China already possessed rich chemical knowledge and traditions. Glorious heritage of chemistry in ancient India. In ancient India, chemistry was known by names such as Rasayan Shastra, Rasvidya or Rasakriya, and Rasatantra. Ancient Indians applied chemical knowledge in metallurgy, medicines, cosmetics, glassmaking, dyes, and many industrial activities. The discoveries at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa show that chemical processes were already highly developed in the Indus Valley civilization. People used baked bricks for construction and prepared glazed pottery and gypsum cement. They produced glass like materials called worked with metals such as copper, gold, silver, and lead. They also improved the hardness of copper by mixing it with tin and arsenic. You can also see the development of metallurgy and materials in India through extraction of copper and iron, and it was practiced indigenously from ancient times. Ancient Indians possessed advanced knowledge of heating techniques and kiln temperature control. According to Rigveda, tanning of leather, dyeing of the cotton were practiced between 1000 and 400 BCE. Natural dyes such as turmeric, madder, sunflower, and lac were used. Ancient Indians also mastered pottery and black polished ware technology, whose glossy finish still remains a chemical mystery. Texts like Kautilya's Arthashastra described the production of salt from sea water and other industrial techniques. Ancient literature also shows knowledge about acids, salts, and metal compounds. Ancient Indian scholars also knew that how to prepare substances like sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and compounds of copper, zinc, iron, and lead. Texts like Rasopanishad and Tamil literature described the preparation of gunpowder and fireworks using sulfur, charcoal, and saltpeter. Now let us see some of the great Indian scientists and their contributions. One of the important scientists mentioned is Nagarjuna, who was a famous chemist, alchemist, and metallurgist. His work Rasaratnakar discussed mercury compounds and methods for extracting metals like gold, silver, tin, and copper. Ancient books also describe furnaces, ovens, and methods of identifying metals using flame colors. Another important scholar was Chakrapani, who discovered mercury sulfide and is also credited with the invention of soap using mustard oil and alkalis. And the scriptures also say how ancient Indians excelled in perfumes, cosmetics, and paintings. The paintings of Ajanta and Ellora still remain bright and beautiful even after centuries, showing the scientific knowledge of colors and materials. Ancient texts described methods for preparing perfumes, incense, bath powders, hair dyes using natural substances. India also possessed knowledge about paper making, ink preparation, fermentation, different types of beverages prepared from cereals, fruits, and sugarcane. One of the most remarkable contributions of India was a concept of atomic theory proposed by Acharya Kanada around 600 BCE. He proposed that matter is made up of extremely tiny indivisible particle called as paramanu, similar to atoms. According to him, these particles combine in different ways to form substances. This idea came nearly 2500 years before John Dalton's atomic theory. Now let us see how ancient Indian medicine connect with modern nanotechnology. Charaka Samhita explained the reduction of metals into extremely fine particles called basma, which today are understood to contain nanoparticles. As time passed, alchemy gradually declined and modern scientific methods became more important. European scientists introduced modern chemistry in India during the 19th century, and slowly modern chemistry developed into a systematic scientific discipline. Finally, chemistry is the science of atoms and molecules. It helps us understand the composition, structure, properties, and interactions of matter. In this chapter, we will study how matter is measured, how atoms and molecules are counted, and how chemistry explains the world around us using scientific methods and numerical relationships. So here is the quick flowchart on evolution of chemistry over a period of time. You can see prehistoric times used fire, pottery, metals, and natural substances. In 2500 to 1500 BCE, in Indus Valley civilization, pottery, metallurgy, glass construction materials, and ornaments. In 1000 to between 1000 to 400 BCE, Vedic period and early texts say that dyes, leather tanning, fermentation, early chemical knowledge. And then during 600 to 200 BCE, philosophical and scientific ideas like atomic theory by Acharya Kanada and Ayurvedic classics by Charaka Sushruta. Next, between 0 to 600 CE, classical development, that is metallurgy, chemical cosmetics, architecture, textiles, technology. Next, 800 to 1300 CE, Rasa literature and alchemy in India. Works of Nagarjuna said that furnace, technology, metal extractions. Between 1300 to 1600 CE, alchemy and iatrochemistry. Alchemy flourished in Europe via Arabs and practical chemicals and techniques. In 18th century, modern chemistry emerges. Scientific approach developed in Europe. Modern chemistry begins. So this is how chemistry evolved from ancient observation and experiment into one of the most important sciences in the modern world. So understanding the past of chemistry helps us appreciate the present and prepare for the future. Thank you for watching, students. We shall meet in the next stream with a new topic, Scope of Chemistry.